Have you ever been in an argument and realized, right after you spoke, that silence would have been the smarter choice? We've all been there. The truth is, silence often carries more strength than words. In fact, the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best response to anger is silence." And he was right. Today, I'm going to share 7 Stoic lessons that show you exactly when silence gives you more power, more respect, and more control than anything you could say. But before we dive in, if you're into content that helps you master your mindset, elevate your discipline, and build quiet strength, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. It helps the channel grow and keeps this kind of wisdom flowing your way. Now, let's get into it. Lesson 1. Silence in the face of criticism. When people criticize you, your instinct is to explain yourself, defend your reputation, or fire back. But here's the Stoic approach: don't. Every reaction gives energy to the critic. Silence, on the other hand, disarms them. It shows that their words don't control you. Think about it. When someone insults you and you respond with silence, who really looks stronger? The one shouting or the one unmoved? The answer is obvious. Silence isn't weakness. It's restraint. It's the ability to choose dignity over drama. When you stay silent in the face of criticism, you're not avoiding conflict. You're mastering it. You're saying, "I don't need to prove myself to someone who's already decided not to understand me." Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change. It is the truth I'm after." That's the key. Listen for truth, not noise. If criticism is constructive, absorb it. If it's just venom, let it pass. Because the person who remains calm, who doesn't flinch, who doesn't feed the fire, that's the person who commands respect. Not by force, but by presence. So next time someone throws shade, let your silence be your shield. Let your composure be your counterattack. And let your growth be the only response they'll ever need. Lesson 2. Silence in anger and conflict. Arguments thrive on fuel, and words are the fuel. When 2 people yell, the fire spreads. But when one chooses silence, the fire burns out. Stoics believe that control over the self is the highest form of power, and silence and anger is the ultimate test of that control. When you stay quiet, you show dominance, not over the other person, but over yourself. And that's the kind of strength people respect. Silence in conflict isn't passive, it's strategic. It's the decision to protect your peace instead of proving your point. Because when emotions run high, logic runs low. And anything said in anger is rarely remembered for its wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion." That's not indifference, it's discipline. It's the ability to pause, breathe, and choose not to escalate. The person who can remain calm while others lose control isn't weak. They're dangerous in the best way. They've mastered the art of restraint. They know that silence can de-escalate tension, preserve dignity, and even shift power. So next time conflict rises, don't rush to speak. Let silence be your strategy. Let your calm be your weapon. And let your self-control be the loudest thing in the room. Lesson 3. Silence after rejection or loss. Rejection hurts. Loss is painful. Most people respond by complaining, venting, or lashing out. But Stoicism teaches acceptance. Silence in these moments doesn't mean you don't care. It means you are processing, reflecting, and growing stronger instead of reacting emotionally. When you face rejection or loss with composure, people notice. They see maturity. And most importantly, you come out wiser. Pain is inevitable, but how you respond to it defines your character. The Stoics believe that suffering is not what happens to you, but how you interpret it. Silence gives you space to interpret wisely. It allows you to sit with the discomfort, not run from it. And in that stillness, You begin to understand what the moment is trying to teach you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you're distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." That's the power of silence. It's the pause that prevents regret, the breath before reaction, the space where healing begins. When you respond to rejection or loss with quiet strength, you don't just protect your dignity, you elevate it. You show that your peace isn't dependent on outcomes, and your worth isn't shaken by setbacks. So next time life hits hard, don't rush to speak. Let silence be your sanctuary. Let reflection be your response. And let your resilience speak louder than any words ever could. Lesson 4. Silence when insulted. Here's the truth. Insults only work if you react. If you argue back, you validate the insult. If you laugh nervously, you show weakness. But if you stay silent, you rob the insult of all its power. Silence is dignity. It's saying, "Your words don't touch me." And remember this, nothing confuses an insulter more than your calm silence. They expected drama, but you gave them composure. Insults are bait, and most people bite, but the Stoic doesn't. The Stoic sees the insult for what it is, a reflection of the other person's character, not their own. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." That's the essence of silence. It's not just restraint, it's superiority. When you don't react, you don't give them the satisfaction. You don't lower yourself to their level. You rise above it. And in doing so, you shift the power dynamic. The one who insults looks petty. The one who stays silent looks powerful. Silence in the face of insult is a statement. It says, "I don't need to defend myself to someone who doesn't know me." It says, "I'm not here to entertain your insecurity." And most of all, it says, "I'm in control." So next time someone tries to provoke you, don't flinch. Don't fire back. Just let your silence echo louder than their words ever could. Lesson 5. Silence in decision-making. The wisest words often come after the longest pause. Rushed speech creates regret, but silence before speaking creates clarity. Great leaders, negotiators, and thinkers use silence as a tool. They wait, they think, and when they finally speak, people listen because their words feel deliberate, not desperate. So don't be afraid of pauses. Don't rush to fill silence. Sometimes, silence is what makes your words powerful. In a world that rewards speed, silence is your edge. It's the pause that separates impulse from insight, the space where emotion settles and reason rises. The Stoics understood this well. Epictetus said, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." That's the discipline of silence. It ensures your words carry weight. Silence in decision-making isn't hesitation, it's precision. It's the mark of someone who doesn't speak to be heard, but to be understood. Someone who doesn't rush to answer, but waits to respond with wisdom. And here's the paradox. The quieter you are before you speak, the louder your words land. Because people trust what feels intentional. They respect what feels earned. So next time you're faced with a decision, a question, or a moment of pressure, pause. Let silence do the heavy lifting. And when you finally speak, let your words carry the power of everything you didn't say. Lesson 6. Silence to command respect. The loudest person in the room rarely earns the most respect. In fact, it's usually the quiet one, the one who speaks little but with weight. Why? Because silence creates presence. It draws people in. It makes others lean forward, waiting for when you do choose to speak. Confidence doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. And that quiet confidence commands more respect than noise ever could. There's a reason the most powerful people in any room often say the least. Their silence isn't emptiness, it's gravity. It signals that they don't need to prove themselves, that they're secure enough to let others talk, while they observe, absorb, and decide when to engage. The Stoics understood this deeply. Seneca once said, "Speech is the mirror of the mind, and when the mind is calm, focused, and disciplined, it doesn't rush to speak. It waits until the words are worth saying." Silence isn't just absence, it's strategy. It's the art of letting your presence speak louder than your voice, of letting your energy do the talking, and of making every word count when you finally choose to speak. So if you want to command respect, don't compete for attention. Cultivate presence. Let your silence build anticipation. And when you speak, let your words carry the weight of everything you didn't say. Lesson 7. Silence for growth and self-mastery. Silence isn't just about others, it's about you. When you practice silence, you give yourself time to reflect, to think, to sharpen your mind. In silence, you discover your own weaknesses, your own strength, and your own direction. A man who can sit with his own thoughts without distraction is dangerous, because he cannot be broken by the noise of the world. That's true self-mastery. In a world addicted to noise, silence is rebellion. It's the space where clarity lives. The Stoics knew this well. True power isn't found in constant motion, but in stillness. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." That's the humility silence teaches. It's the willingness to step back, observe, and grow without needing applause. Silence is where you confront yourself, where you ask hard questions, where you stop performing and start evolving. It's not just a break from the world, it's a mirror to your soul. And here's the truth. The man who can sit alone in silence, with his thoughts, without distraction, without escape, is unshakable. Because he's not afraid of what he'll find. He's already faced it. And that kind of self-awareness is rare. That kind of discipline is lethal. So carve out silence. Protect it. Use it. Because in that quiet space, you don't just find peace, you find power. Let's recap the 7 lessons. 1. Stay silent when criticized. 2. Stay silent in anger. 3. Stay silent after rejection or loss. 4. Stay silent when insulted. 5. Use silence in decision-making. 6. Use silence to command respect. 7. Use silence for growth and self-mastery. Each of these moments proves the same truth. Silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. Silence is power. It gives you control, it commands respect, and it helps you master yourself. Use it wisely, and you'll never be at the mercy of noise again. If you found this video helpful, don't just scroll away. Hit like, drop a comment with how you've used silence in your own life, and subscribe to the community. Together, we're building respect, discipline, and self-mastery.